Yay!
Cheers.
Cheers.
How are you, Cece?
Oh my gosh, Tuesday? Well, for one, I don't know if you can see, like, the sunshine cascading on my hair.
Yes,
I'm
you're
so
the
ex
sun is coming in so nicely on you.
I know the sun is
Got this
setting.
like
Yeah, it's like,
ethereal little thing going.
I know. It's actually, it's a pretty good day.
Good.
There's so much that happened and all good stuff, which is great, business and personal. I had today is typically my meeting days. So I go out, I hit the pavement, I talk to people, get kind of keep my thumb on the heartbeat of what people think and what people are
Right.
doing and the
Mhm.
shaking. And I had this amazing meeting with this wonderful person who runs a networking circle and got to pick her brain and it was just a good day
Oh, that's
because
awesome. I
just
love that.
that growth mindset and
Yes.
having that open mind and being able to really stop and I don't know, like, learn.
I
I
love that.
absolutely love. How was your day?
It was awesome. Well, the weather, first of all, I'm still happy. If we have sunshine and relatively close to 70, I'm a happy girl. So
Mhm.
a couple things I did today for our little our ball that we have. I went shopping for shoes for that, but then I realized I already had shoes for that. But I ended up getting two pair anyway because I thought I needed them. One of them super cute, like it was a good deal. And then I got my dad's his birthday gift at TSW too. So I walked out with
Okay.
three pair of shoes. So I was like, good day at the shoe store. And then so I voted today. I did my absentee. I went to the township. I did my
Okay.
absentee vote. Yes, I've never done it before, but I everyone's like, "Oh, just get it done." Blah blah blah. So I did
Great
my
idea.
sweetie. Yeah, so I got that done today. So I'm feeling very. I need the sticker though. I didn't get a sticker that says I voted. That'd be
That
cool.
would
I
be
could be wearing my
wonderful.
sticker. I
Yeah,
know.
and just put absentee and bring the light to it.
Yeah.
And not to go down the political realm of right or left, but this conversation of this election has been pretty huge in our industry and has
Oh
been a big
gosh.
indicator of a lot of things that have been going on. I
Yeah.
mean, just this morning, I received a text message from a client saying, I want to close before the election. Now,
Mhm.
do we get political? Do we talk about this? Absolutely not. But it is kind of that
Yeah.
compass right now.
People are
What have
all
you
over the map.
seen?
It's all over the map. So there's so many people that are like, I don't want to do anything until after the election. Or if
Mhm.
they're already in something, yes, they want to be done before the election because everybody's got these ideas of all these things and there's a lot of stuff going on. Let's just be real. And then of course, like I've been praying, got my Florida mug. I am praying so hard. That's a whole different thing. There's just so much I think going on. And it's really creating this sense of unease that I think it's just a conversation that we need to walk people through because the only thing that matters in a transaction, we already know, like the rate is what it is, your funds are what it is. If the right house is available, if you need to move, there's no need to not move. It's not like in 2 months, everything's just going to just burn to the ground. I mean, my goodness, even 2008 didn't happen that fast. It took it was like a progression of things. It's not like overnight, it's just going to be crazy. So
Mhm.
I do think that's just like wild. And again, having to tell people that, this isn't a crash and what a crash is and reiterate that. I'm so tired. I think there is a movie. There is a movie. We've got to like download the movie and send it to all new clients and make them watch it. Anybody
Mm.
who's younger than us that doesn't remember it, they
Which
need to
movie?
like when they just talk about like what 2008 was. I forget what it's called. Like there's like something
Mm.
that talks about like why it happened and what was the background and
We
there's yeah.
we discussed this last time. Did you not bring this up
You
and
know
you
what?
didn't know the
It's been
name?
2 weeks because I made us miss 2 weeks. So here I am just
I feel
continuing the
like we had
conversation.
this I feel like this is deja vu. Hold on, this is
I have a
deja
feeling
vu.
sometimes, so maybe I'm just repeating myself, but it's like it's hard not to because that's the same conversation that
Yeah,
people want to have. So I feel like a broken record. Yeah,
it's
I
okay.
can't wait till after the election because then we can all go see. Regardless of what happens, it's going to be a mess. I don't care what happens, either way, it's going to be something, right?
Mhm.
But you can still sell your house and you can still buy a house. And you should not just not move just because of that. If you need to move. Now I get it. Some people who don't need to move and they're just like toying with it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're like, I can wait a month or whatever. Now if you live in Michigan, it's like it's October, man. You're gonna be moving in the dead of winter soon.
No, you don't wanna I moved in the dead of winter once.
Yeah.
February 14th, I moved.
Yeah. Oh, you met on
Yeah,
Valentine's
I
Day.
did move on Valentine's Day, and we
Oh
were
wait, I did too. I
shoveling.
moved in February once too, when we finally got keys to the new construction house we bought. We
Oh,
when I
yeah,
was
new
married.
construction. Yep.
Yes, I
So we
believe
were
we moved in a
shoveling.
February too.
Yep. My
Yeah,
driveway
we
was
did
on an
move in February.
incline. Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Snow, the whole
Oh my
thing, and
gosh,
it
because
was,
we're
like,
just awesome.
one of the coldest winters, 2014, where people were leaving the cars running. Oh, yeah,
Was it when we
that
wore
was
the
good.
shirts that said I survived the Arctic polar vortex or something?
I never would have worn a
Oh my
shirt
gosh,
like
I
that,
didn't wear it
but
either,
that
but
sounds right. Um,
terrible.
but no, so getting back to the point, this has been a huge topic of my day today, talking about the worries of what's going to happen in a month or what will not happen in a month, and how this affects so many industries across sales,
Yes.
across, and it's emotional. And I get that it's emotional. I am empathetic to that emotion. I get it. I just don't think halting your life, because here's the deal, and I know you can talk about this, so I'd love to give you the soapbox of this platform. Let's talk about it when the rates come down even more. What it looks like purchasing now versus purchasing when the rates come down and how that affects it. So I think we've discussed on my end what that looks like on the rate and the payment, and I can definitely reiterate that. But what do you think if I when this happens, when the rates come down, after the election, before the election, just to stir the pot, whatever it may be, what do you think?
Well,
It's loaded.
it
It's
is.
loaded.
It's
Are
like
you
I'm just like
ready?
gearing up. So the only other like recent data we have is like 2021. Now, the rate went down to what, 3% and
Mm,
lower for some people.
2, yeah,
So,
I got a 2 point something.
yeah,
Mhm.
so that's different. I hope I don't cough. If I have to get up and cough,
I'll
you
take
go
over.
ahead. You talk about your thing because honestly, I might have to get my inhaler. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm so sorry. I have to get my inhaler. You talk about your side of it.
Okay, so as Holly leaves and I'm drinking my favorite coffee from Sweetwater's. It is called the Dreamy, and I know the owner, and he basically should rename this Dreamy CC because it's just cold brew. It's amazing. But getting back to the point of what Holly was discussing is, and what she's going to discuss, let me reiterate what she's about to discuss. She's going to be discussing how when the rate goes down, that now the negotiations are gonna be ramping up, and what that looks like financially from the buyer, from the seller side, from the lender side of waiting till the rates drop to purchase a home. That is so different because I give the same analogy. Who's gonna win? Buying a home that is less value right now with the higher interest rate where you could refinance versus after when the rates come down, now you're negotiating more cash down, 10,000, 15,000 over asking. Right now, we're not seeing much money over asking. I've seen it. It's happening because the house has been undervalued. I've seen that for negotiation purposes. So, Holly, now that you're back, if you want to
Sorry.
talk,
This
no,
time of year,
the
it's terrible
tickle.
for me this time of year. Um, so so what I was saying was basically 2021 was it was a bloodbath for buyers, and a lot of the buyers who couldn't compete because you had to go over 10,000 over would be nothing. I
Oh
had
my gosh,
people
that was
losing.
e no, real estate agents were laughing when I'm like, "They can only go 10 over."
Yeah,
They're
you
like,
forget
"Yeah,
about
no,
it.
that's not this
Forget it.
market. I need, like, 50,000 over."
50,000 was still losing.
I
It depending on
know.
the market was
Oh
still
my
losing.
gosh. Do you remember the Berkeley house for 100,000 over what it
Yep.
was valued? I gave up
Yep.
that day. I quit. That was the day
Yeah.
I quit, but then I
It was
rehired
crazy.
myself.
It was, but that's the thing. When you bring the rate down so low,
Yes.
money becomes cheaper to get, right? So
Mm,
everyone's price point kind of went up. And and also in order to get those homes, they would have to do an appraisal guarantee and go over ask. So basically what I'm seeing now is if we're in the sixes, anywhere between 6 and 6.5, I know we just kind of ebb and flow all over the place.
mhm,
It goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down. If it comes down only a percent or even into low fives, to me, only 1%, you're looking at, I don't know, a couple $100 in a payment. Let's say even if it was $500 in a payment though. Let's say $500 differential between what it would be if you bought now and what if you waited for that actual rate to come down. So, if you bought now and you pay the extra, let's just say $500, okay? Because it's easy math for me. In 6 months, that's 3,000, right? Did I do that right in my head? Okay.
yes, you
That's
did.
3 grand. Okay. So $3,000 you're paying more, right? And in 6 months, you can refinance. But if you wait and you say, I'm gonna wait till the rate comes down because I want to save the $500 per month. Now, even if you only have to go over 10,000, which again, I don't know that it would be at 50,000 over because we're not, the rate's not projected to come down to 3 right now, but you're still looking at saving money by buying now and refinancing in 6 months. You're
Mhm.
still
You're
saving.
winning,
Even the cost of
winning.
the refi, super winning. Even
Yeah.
the cost of the refi, which is only a couple grand. I don't know, what is it, 3,000, 3,500? It's not
Yeah,
much.
it depends on their escrows.
Right. So
It
it's,
really
yeah.
depends on how much you get. If you live in a small town, the escrows are small. If you live in the city, you're paying 9,000. So it varies. It'll
And you
vary.
you choose your time with your lender. Like you talk to you and say, hey, if I do it
Mhm.
now, what does my escrow look like? Because I know that's always different. So you figure that out, you do it. I don't really care how all that goes. You're saving money. You're saving money. And I'm happy to we're putting this live right now for a reason. If the rate comes down a percent or a percent and a half, you're saving money to buy now and refinance later
Yeah.
because there's so many people that are doing the same thing.
Uh-huh.
So now you have competition. And it's just like the law of cause and effect and in the law of economics, supply and demand. When there's more people all going after that same house, you have to offer more.
In the desirable areas, it
Yep.
becomes so challenging when you want that school district or you want that bubble. You want to live near Target or
You don't want to update anything, you
yeah,
know?
you don't
You
want to
just want to
update. You
walk in
want
and bring your clothes and hang them up in the closet.
HGTV ready with a wonderful
Exactly.
bubble and
Joanna
a school
Gaines just
district.
left. Exactly. Right.
And voila, voila.
That's the thing. Like it's
Uh-huh.
so it, and I don't know how many times we have to say it, but it doesn't matter how many times we say it because we're still going to see that. We're still going to see people who don't understand, and it's okay. That's what we're here for. But if people don't understand how money works and how the real estate cycle goes, then they get stuck. And unfortunately, what happened in 2021, FHA buyers, they were out of the mix. If they couldn't compete, a lot of them were just out of the mix because sellers didn't even have to deal with it.
Mhm.
They didn't even have to deal with it. So a big part of the market was just not able to play. So right now, it's slower. If I was ready to move right now, I would be doing it right now because I feel like, yeah, my house, might be slower too selling, but buying, I'm not going to have to compete with anybody. I'm not having to go way over ask. I'll probably be able to get what I want in terms of occupancy if that seller could accommodate. You can get more as a buyer when it's a slower time. And we're still under when it comes to inventory. It's still a seller's market, but it's slower right now. Depending on, of course, there's pockets and things going on, but right now it's much easier to get your offer accepted. So if
Yeah.
you are someone who doesn't have a lot of extra cash, because remember, you need your down payment, you need your all of your closing costs, which includes prorations and all the things. Then, for closing, okay, so you need all of that. If you're not going to buy right now, if you're going to wait, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to caution you, you also need a nest egg. You need money to go over, and you're going to need upwards of 10 grand or more. So I don't know if you want to start getting a second job just to start. I'm not kidding.
And
DoorDash, do something, because you will need more money to buy when the rate comes down. I
and that's
promise.
where having that conversation with me, seeing what the buying power is, being able to navigate that financial aspect, that financial feeling of, okay, when is this going to be good for me? Honestly, when is this going to be good for me? And getting that nest egg, like what you're saying, or doing a side hustle to save that money. I call it a peanut butter and jelly diet.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
exactly.
take a
Can't eat
step
ramen
back.
noodles anymore. Ew, I saw a video on that. I never,
Mm,
no more ramen noodles. I don't eat them anyways, but people would talk about ramen noodles. I'm like, no, 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 don't even think about ramen noodles. I went down some stupid TikTok hole. Sorry. You don't want to know.
of
Peanut
what
butter and
it's
jelly
made
works.
out of. Okay, peanut
Oh,
butter and
not just
jelly.
that, what's in it, and under the microscope. And yeah, we don't want to. Mm-mm.
Yeah, no,
TikTok at
let's
night
not.
can be scary.
Don't hit the live button.
I
Hey,
know.
are
So
you
just
going live
imagine.
on TikTok tonight?
You know what? I was thinking about it. I might
I
just
think
do
you
that.
should.
Yes, rice and beans. Wade. I feel like Wade, you're VIP. Wade, I'm sorry that we were gone for 2 weeks. It's 100% my fault. Last week I had some personal crisis, just lots going on. I'm fine. Just everybody else in my life, people just got a lot going on, and it's just been a lot. And then the week before was also my fault, but I don't remember why. Oh, you came
Oh,
back. You came back from your up. You were up north, and you
yeah,
had
I was
plenty of. We had
just
plenty of
zooming
time,
in.
but I
Mhm.
didn't. I didn't prepare because I didn't think.
No,
I didn't think you'd
that
be
was,
back,
yeah.
so
So
I just didn't.
I had that conference, that real
Yeah.
estate conference.
Yep.
So sometimes that happens. That's life. So getting back on point and back on topic, um, talking about how powerful it is to,
Having
to
birds.
yes, to start the negotiations now, get organized with your financials
Yep.
and move forward with or without the commentary of the election. Don't let that worry you. Either side, right now, if you see a home you love, why let someone else's decision in life
Right.
determine your decision?
Because we're not going to
If you
change it.
love
Whatever
your
it's going to
house,
be, it is.
if
Yeah.
your kid needs a good school district, if you want to be in that bubble and you find that home, but you have that worry, it is a true worry. I'm not saying it's not. There's a lot that could happen. There's a lot that could not happen. But if you find the home and you're just gonna let it go, that's that's hard.
Yeah. I think we have to live our lives. Look at what's going on in the world. We don't know how long any one of us has on this planet. Just live your life.
Mhm.
What's that Ti song? Live your life. I would have that in the background.
Is that that'll be a
I hear
generation
my
gap
life is
for
like a bunch of songs that I'll say something and I'll hear a song in my head.
yeah, yeah.
I should have been an actress. That would have been fun.
Mm,
Theater. I didn't do theater, but
no,
that'd have been fun.
no.
So yeah, that's my only thing is for the people who are sitting on the sidelines and you think you're jumping in as soon as this rate goes down and you think you're the only one. No, 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 you're not. Do a side hustle. You need bank to go into this. We already did it. You're gonna
You
need money.
and basically
Yeah,
that side hustle is just for those assets, just for those funds. So living on that peanut butter and jelly diet, looking at your budget and really honing in. Because the one thing that irritates me the most is when someone's like, "Oh, I can't afford it." No, it's not in this month's budget. Fix that mentality,
hmm,
budget. And if you need a side hustle to help that budget, we
right.
can't use it as income in my
No,
world. We
No.
need your everyday employment to be that income, but to have that side hustle, what you're discussing right now, to make
Mhm.
bank, if they decide to wait and negotiations get tough, why not prepare for it?
Right.
And I like your
We already
point.
know what's gonna happen. We have to
I
learn
like
from history.
Yeah, I do like your point, and I do like the idea of having that side hustle. I do like the idea of being organized and fiscally responsible all at the
Mhm.
same time.
Yeah. So you've got some time if you
Mhm.
truly wanna wait, because, there's some people won't change their mind. You've got to be prepared. You've gotta know that you're walking in with everybody else who decided to wait.
I yeah, I disagree with waiting. That's
Me
me,
too.
but
It
I
doesn't make
am
any
you
sense to wait. It's
you are
always a better
talking
market to get in when there's less people to compete with. I mean, if I've got a listing and it's been on the market for a week and I don't have any offers yet,
mhm,
when somebody comes to see it, there's no way they're going to offer ask.
well,
That'd be a
and you're
terrible agent to tell them to offer ask, unless they hear that this seller's not budging. But if it's been sitting there and nobody's offering anything, you offer less.
yeah, yeah, and
We all know
it
that that's how it works. That's why I work
mhm,
so hard as a seller's agent to do the ads, to do the quick open house, to get as much attention as possible, to bring as many people, to get as many bodies through. It's the only opportunity I have to have a multiple offer situation. And right now it's tough to do.
and you
A little
have to
tougher to do.
remember in 2020, and I'm one of them. I bought a property sight unseen.
Oh, I remember. Yep.
And I'm not the only one that was doing that.
Mm-mm.
That was more common,
Yep.
getting under contract, winning that deal without really seeing the house. If
Hmm.
we get back to that point, if you don't have that nest egg, you're not financially ready. You haven't had that conversation with me. You haven't had the conversation with Holly or a professional that you like, trust, then you are going to fall into the background,
Yep.
unfortunately, if we
Yep.
get back into it. Now,
Right.
coming back to the main point of should you let the next month to determine your fate and you miss out on a house that you really like that's perfect for you and the family? I don't think so.
Right. It
I
doesn't make sense.
I disagree.
It doesn't make sense. And here would be the worst thing. What if the rate, they say it's going to come down? They say after the election is going to be the first of like 6 or 8 quarter point, something like that, something to that effect,
So yeah, so
reductions. What if they
with
don't do it? Would that be social? Would anyone be surprised if they didn't do what they say they were going to do? So then everybody waits and then it doesn't happen. And then everybody gets in the market anyways. And now the rate still
the
doesn't move a
same,
lot. And
I
now
know.
you have competition at the rate the way it is. And right now there isn't much. So it's just a win-win to just
Now,
do it
I
now.
say if you find something, grab it, take it, own it, call it a day.
Absolutely. I'm just one of those people. I guess the older I get, the more I realize like my days on earth are less every day, right? I mean, I'm not trying to be negative, but it's the truth. So
Mhm.
to me, time is the most valuable commodity I have, is my time. How I spend my time, who I choose to spend my time with. Why do I, when you're younger, that's your year to grind and hustle. We're still grinding and hustle, but really like, okay, you get your first place and it's not so great. It's like, that's fine, your 20s, right? Or whatever. But by the time you're getting to our age, you actually care more about those types of things and you don't feel like having to inconvenience yourself to move unless it's like the house that you want.
I have a lot of conditions for me to move.
Right?
Again,
In order to move, it's got to be fan freaking tastic. So, that's the thing. And I realize where I'm at in my life, it's like I want to enjoy my life. So if there's a way to do that, even
uh,
if it's not the perfect climate for it,
mhm.
I'll still find a way to do it because I don't want to sit around and what if myself later on. Like, why didn't I just do it? Who cares? Extra couple $100 a month, big deal. So then you
It's
don't do certain things. You don't
yeah, and
eat out as much or whatever, but get the house that you want, refinance it later.
when you find that home and you find that peace,
Hmm.
you'll move. You wanna move, and it's that safety, that peace, finding that next best thing is going to matter. So
Yep.
when you find it, why let that stop you? My only thing is I don't wanna ever pack again. I'm coming off of
It's a
moving
lot.
like
Yeah,
multiple
packing and
homes.
unpacking, it's a
So
lot.
it is,
You have
however,
so much stuff. I've been really taking
when you
inventory.
saw
Yeah,
my place and everything that had to happen, it took months to do.
yeah.
So I know when I find that next place, when I find that home, when I find that sense of security, when Anna graduates and moves on with her next step, I can't wait for that next journey. I can't wait for the next chapter. I
Mhm.
just don't want to ever touch a moving box again.
That's the downside. I mean, I love my house
I
right
don't
now,
want
like,
to do
it was a lot for me to get here.
it.
It
Mhm.
was like blood, sweat, and tears. I've been here 7 years now, but to get back to here after my ordeal, after, the divorce, and then I had to move 25 minutes away, and it was a cute house, but it wasn't what we were used to, and so far from everyone, and for 5
Mhm.
years, I worked my butt off so that I could move back to where we're at now, where we originally were, and some days I just look around and yeah, my house isn't perfect and it's not fully updated and whatever, but I just smile sometimes and I'm so thankful and happy. And I'm so glad that I pushed myself to do it and didn't, 2012, we were coming out of all that and people were still like, "Oh, are you sure?" And I'm like, "Oh, heck yeah, I'm sure. I'm moving." And I got a great deal on this house because of it. Now I can sell it a lot higher. So, it's all relative. It's like what I was able to do for my kids to get them here, to be close to the schools and all the friends and the things and their
And you're
life
in
and
a
their
very nice
childhood.
school district. You
Yeah.
knocked it out of the park. You did good. You
Oh,
got
thank
there.
you. Well, I just you want to keep them in what they're used to, and that's what I
Mhm.
had to do. And driving to it was so hard. So I'm just thankful that I didn't wait and I just did it. I did it. I had good financial people. I mean, I had obviously great lenders and I was in real estate for this time around. But, it's just the whole fear of all these things. It's like, let's go down that. Sometimes I say, okay, let's go. This is what you do with your kids, right? Sometimes. What's the thing that you're really or a person that you're talking to? What are you really afraid of? Well, I'm afraid that there's going to be a lot of chaos in the election. Okay. Well, we can kind of guarantee there will be, right? So there's a lot of chaos going on. What does that have to do with you buying and selling your house? What's truly going to keep you from buying and selling your house? Because they're going to have chaos no matter what. I don't know that they're ever going to fix the chaos. So are you living hoping that what's going on over here is going to get better when you have no control over it, and likely
Yeah,
it won't.
yeah.
Sorry.
It's allowing someone to have an acting variable in your decision that you don't know, and you
Right.
don't allow that to happen. You control that variable. You control that narrative. So
Yep.
finding that home, finding that safety spot for you and where you're going to be at, I think is huge.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that I've done it. And pretty much everyone who does it is glad, once it's over, because the move is a lot. But people typically, I've never heard anyone say to me, "Oh, I really wish I wouldn't have moved. I hate the house that we got into." It's
Oh, it's so
it's
rare.
not the
So
norm. It'll
rare.
happen like one out of
I have
10,000.
2. I've
Yeah.
only had 2 in my career that's, like, literally lived there for 3 weeks and was out.
Did something
Eh
bad happen though?
oh, oh, let's spill
Because
the
that's
tea?
not just the house.
Hold
That's
on,
going to be
hold on.
more than just,
So let's
I
buckle
don't
up
like
and
the
let's talk
layout.
about this. I know. No, the selling agent happened to be a neighbor of the home she was selling in a cul-de-sac. Am I saying that word right? We always say it different.
Yeah,
The
cul-de-sac. Yeah.
cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sac. Yeah.
So, they won the offer. The listing agent didn't wanna sell them the house, but the seller chose them. So when
Mm.
my buyer moved in, that listing agent, who is now a neighbor, everything they did, my buyer, that person called the police on them. There's so many police reports.
Why?
It was
What does the listing agent
gr
care who they sold it to?
Like, she wanted to buy it. She wanted a family member to buy it. 3 weeks
Oh,
my
she just
clients lived there. She wanted the property, and she just kept annoying, thinking that they would like, throw the house
so
back
did
up.
they sell to her family member then?
So what ended up happening? I'm so proud of
'Cause
them.
I can
I'm so
imagine they
proud.
wouldn't
Their
just out of
mortgage on that home, if I remember correctly, I think it was like 22 no, 1,800 for that house. They turned around and rented it for $3,500
wow.
and then went and purchased a new home. So we had approved with police reports why this happened. So it didn't look like a flip. Like this wasn't we didn't create mortgage fraud. Like, hey,
Right,
they
right,
just bought
right.
an investment property. This
Oh, yeah, because they
we
got the
had
homestead rate. Yep, yep.
exactly. So we actually had to prove to the bank why now all of a sudden after a month they want to buy a new primary
Right,
home.
because it looks like you just lied to them and
Yeah.
you were just
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
rent
yeah.
it out. I
So
get it, yeah.
we had to prove this whole thing all because the listing agent wanted the home, but didn't want to negotiate to the price of what my buyer was willing to pay for it. So it was her fault
Wow.
for losing it. But then she just kept drilling and drilling. Noise complaints
Oh
at
my
9
gosh.
PM, noise complaints. Oh, it was terrible.
What
So
city
that
was
was
this in?
oh, Macomb. It's right here.
Are you
Right here.
serious?
Mhm. Right here. Yeah, very sad, and you
Well,
would
when
not
we're
expect
offline, you
it.
gotta tell me who the listing agent is.
Oh, I would have to look it up. I'll let you know tomorrow. I'd
I
have to
gotta
look it up.
know. I gotta know who's that petty and awful.
Oh, no, it's petty. She was so
That's
petty.
ridiculous
And
to drive someone out of their home. Oh my gosh.
no, and right now I'm working with a client who lives over in Jackson, Michigan, and he's in a MISTA loan, which you have to pay back. So anybody who's listening, the MISTA loan is a government loan where you get that down payment assistance of 7,500. He's only owned the home for a year and a half,
Hmm.
and the neighbor is actually threatening his life.
Oh
There's
my
police
gosh.
reports. The guy ended up going to jail. He's being prosecuted right now.
Wade, you're VIP, so we'll tell you. We'll let you know. Did you already follow me, Wade and Cece, both of us? You have to follow us and then
I think he
we'll let you
did.
know. Yeah, we'll let you know.
Yeah,
We'll tell you.
yeah, yeah.
You deserve
He's
at least that much because you're on all of our lives and you contribute. So yeah, we'll let you know as
mhm.
soon as Cece remembers. As soon as she goes through her archives, which are all still in boxes because she just moved.
Yes, yes. So, but yeah, right now he prosecuted his neighbor. The neighbor just got out of the jail, and my client just listed the house. I got
Why is
them.
he threatening to kill him though?
I know it, Holly. I didn't want to ask. If he
Okay.
told me, so right now he
You
owes
know
at
me. It's
75.
like I want the details. What do you
I
mean?
know, but it's I don't know. He says he's some big biker dude with tattoos. I mean, we know a biker with tattoos. God
So
bless you.
sorry. This is
No.
not my favorite time of year, y'all. Need to get down to Florida. Well, not right now.
No, not right now.
God help
You
Florida.
know,
Is there a live feed that we can watch what's going on? Does
my
anybody
mother
know?
hold on, my mother is in an evacuation area, will not evacuate.
I honestly,
Sanibel
I feel
Island
so
has
bad for
been
you.
evacuated. No, she won't evacuate.
I
She's
like,
the only one left in her complex. She's the only one left out of the whole
why though? What is she thinking? Does she
I
think
love
she's
you,
going to stand there
mom.
and hold the water back? I
I
mean,
love you,
honestly,
mom. She's going to be watching this. I love
I love you
you.
too. Get your
But
butt out of there.
no, I want
Grab your
well,
stuff and go.
nope, she's probably gonna make eggs and bacon like she did during Ian. Sit
This is not
there.
Ian, though, honey. This
Well,
is
this
not
is
Ian.
actually, from my understanding, this is only gonna be category 3.
No, 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 no. I'm
I
not
hear
trying
it
to
slowing
scare you.
down.
I hope you're right. You know what? Let's believe that.
I think
Okay, let's put
because
that out there. I like that
she's
commentary
yeah,
better than what I
let's
heard
yeah.
because it's not what I heard. But
So I
we've got our
find
trip in a
out
couple weeks, and I heard there's another one after this one.
I know.
So we may have
Yeah,
to even. I
mhm,
hope we don't have to cancel our trip, but
we
I hope
may
there's a
have to.
Florida for us to go to.
Well, but we're going to Fort Lauderdale.
I know, but if it goes across the state,
Yeah, but
It's
across the
literally
state.
only 2 hours from Na so Alligator Alley from Naples
Oh,
to Fort Lauderdale is 2
yeah.
hours by car.
I
If it
know.
goes like that.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Yeah. It's
I gotta
nerve-wracking. So my
pray,
mother
really.
will.
I've been praying and sent money. I don't know.
Yeah.
My church did a collection, thank goodness, an online one for
Yeah.
actually one of the families in our church is on the ground there, and they have a business and some things, and they organized something. They put some huge thing together, and they were doing supplies and things and helping. And I just
Oh,
thank God there's people doing that. I'm just like, where do I donate?
they
And I
can
do that.
adopt my mother.
Yes. Gosh, your mom
I know. My mom will not evacuate. She hasn't. The windows are from the 1980s. That's how long
doesn't
her
have her.
condo.
She doesn't
Hmm?
have her. She's got hurricane grade windows though.
No.
Is she on the coast?
She is a mile.
Oh gosh. What city?
Yes. Fort Myers, downtown
Oh,
Fort My like Fort Myers Beach
so
area.
I thought
So
it was supposed to
Sanibel.
go through Tampa. It was supposed to go through Tampa, and then they
Yes.
said it's south of Tampa now. But I don't know if they can actually say
There
that.
I we're gonna see how this course takes, but for now, I mean, do and say a
Oh,
prayer,
I'm
but
saying I've been
her
praying. I've been praying,
her
and
windows
Lord,
are from
please.
1980.
Oh,
Ian, Charlie, all of these hurricanes that hit directly Fort Myers, nothing. Her screens have gotten blown out. There's something about where she lives in Florida. It literally jumped. So Hurricane Charlie back what was that, over a decade ago,
I don't
you
remember
can
that one.
see how it leveled Sanibel Island, and the hurricane actually jumped. There's aerial views of the hurricane, and there is a strip of land where the hurricane hit the barrier island, jumped over, and then plowed right behind it. So it basically hit Sanibel, leveled that
Sanibel
barrier
always gets
island,
destroyed. Poor
then
Sanibel.
jumped over it, and where it jumped over and it landed was not even 2 blocks from my mother. She was in that little area that did
She's
not get
living on
hit. If
adrenaline over there.
Yeah, yeah,
You
she's I
know,
don't know,
my butt would be
Ian,
out of there.
she
Like,
she didn't
mm-mm,
flood.
mm, mm, mm,
Yeah,
mm.
so we're definitely praying for Florida, we're definitely praying
Yes.
for North Carolina, all the
Mhm.
towns that have been hurt and injured, and now the rain, even more rain. There's so much
Terrible.
going on, so much.
Yeah. I just now if you live in one of those areas, maybe you don't buy right now, right? Those are the only people I'm gonna say you can wait.
We
If you
can't
got
lend,
natural disasters coming your way, that's different.
we can't
We don't
close.
have that in Michigan.
Yeah, we
No.
can't close a mortgage until the hurricane has passed.
It makes sense.
It will not happen. We will not close. Insurance will not bind a house until
No?
that hurricane has passed and the house has been reassessed. So,
Yep.
purchasing right now, especially after all these hurricanes that are coming one after another, has really hurt the real estate industry in Florida, right there at the coast. So,
Yeah.
if you are purchasing, to purchase between each hurricane, I don't we're licensed in Florida, and I heard all day today how much this is just we're
Yeah.
postponing these closings, getting addendums signed because we can't close during this natural disaster that's about to happen. We can't wait on the what if, especially when it comes to insurance. The insurance
Mhm.
company won't bind a policy, which means we can't close.
Yeah. You're boogie boarding in the street during a hurricane? Wow. That's not this hurricane that's coming though, from what they're saying. This is not that kind of no.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. I want to go down to Florida and I want to be back and forth, but I definitely I don't know. Well, not only do it, it's not that I don't want to buy a house down there. It's first of all the cost to live in Florida now, the insurance, if you can even get insurance. Some of those houses were total losses because some people couldn't get insurance or the they were dropped from their insurance. So it's hard to sell. Imagine all of a sudden, guess what? We're taking your insurance away and nobody else will insure you. Try to sell your house. Good luck with that.
And that's why we halt everything. And right now it's been super challenging for our clients who are in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, but up here in
Mhm.
Michigan, let's talk business.
Yes. Michigan, we are open for business all day.
We're
All
well open
day
for business.
long. We can help you anywhere you want to be and
It's
go.
sunny, it's beautiful out today. Today was a good day for house hunting. Actually, today I received an accepted purchase agreement, which is we got an offer in. He
Nice.
only went and saw 2 homes. Got pre-approved Friday, went and saw 2 homes, ran numbers, put an offer on one, got it. I'm like,
Love it.
so life is just moving on, and it'll be a
Got to
beautiful
keep
time to
going.
move in the fall, not the winter, if you
Right.
can help it. But I
Right.
moved in the winter, it doesn't
But we
much
need people
matter.
to move in the winter because I still need to work in the winter. And that's my
Yeah.
whole thing of that's why I want to go down to Florida because there are so many people that they just don't want to do it. And I get it. I do
Mhm.
understand it, but like we still have to work. So if people don't want to move as much, that's why we're taking our bandwagon down to Florida and we're going to be back and forth. So
Yes,
your hair
I
looks really
can't
good. Did you
wait.
get it redone?
It's so horrible.
Oh, I thought it
It
looks a
is
little bit lighter
so
right here. Well,
horrible.
the way you did it, it looks like you have a couple like highlights there.
Oh,
The way
no,
that you brought it down. Okay.
oh, no,
I know you were gonna go redo it. Okay.
I know, but I keep missing her. So it's still the same, but thank you. That makes me feel
No, the way you did it
pretty.
looks cute. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah. It looks nice. You
it
have
was
good.
from the photo shoot on Sunday.
Oh, that's right. We didn't talk about that. Okay.
No, no, I had a
Did
lot of
that go
fun.
good? Good.
It did go good. It was nice. It was quick, professional, easy done. There
Where
was
were
a
you
group of
at?
downtown Royal Oak
Oh, cool.
at a studio. So there was a couple of us who booked him, and it was good for content and good to,
Perfect.
yeah, yeah, kind of
I
what,
can't wait to see all the pictures.
yeah. I think I posted one on TikTok of some of the shots that were like more behind the scenes.
See it. Okay, I'll go find it on
And
TikTok.
then I put one on Facebook as well.
I saw your story where there was a bunch of you and it was like
Yeah,
one was moving. That was
yeah,
cool. You did that on CapCut? Did you just pick a
yes,
template or something? I was gonna
yeah,
I'm like, I need to ask her how she did that. That's cute.
yeah,
That was cool.
yeah. So it was
Oh, Nancy.
fun. Yeah, yeah. But
All
then,
right. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say, kind of round back to the conversation of you voting absentee ballot.
Yes.
I'm glad that you did. We should have a sticker for that.
A sticker. I voted today.
Yes.
I'm proud of that. It was a lot less. There was nobody else there. It was really easy. So yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. And anybody in line that's worried about moving before or after, don't let someone control that variable in your life. Get the
Exactly.
house you want, love the house you want, find a safe place, and jump on it.
Always make a good financial decision.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Regardless, always make no matter what's going on in the world, as long as you
Mhm.
make a good finance. So if your job is unstable right now, well, yeah, maybe you do want to stop and think and make sure you're good with your job because you need a job to be buying a house. But that's the only thing. If you're buying within your means, then you need to live so that everything else doesn't affect you as much. And I know
Yeah.
it does. I know that inflation has been high. I know things are so expensive. And so you live within your means, but you just, you move forward that way.
Mhm.
So I know we're big proponents of that. So, yes, so make
Yes.
sure we're coming to the end. Make sure you tap, well, no, tap the bell. That's what it is. Tap the bells and subscribe, notifications, CC's on YouTube as Let's Talk Mortgages, right?
Yes.
So we need everyone to follow you too. We got to get your people up so that you can go live without me
I
if you feel
know.
like it. I mean, I don't know why you'd want to, but I don't know what you would do without me. I mean, what are you going to
No.
talk about? I tried to do it alone that one time. It was not easy. Yeah,
No,
no, it's not
just
fun.
but you
You're by
knocked
yourself.
out the other platform. You did
Yeah.
so well on the other social media
Oh my gosh,
platforms
I
that
just totally was just like, "Well, we're in
you
it.
did good.
Let's
You did
just
good.
do it."
You
I have
did
the
good.
gift of gab, as they say,
Yeah.
but I know when it's time to be done as well.
And
It's so dark outside. Are you
I
looking outside?
know,
It's black, like
I
black,
know.
like night
I
night.
don't have the sunshine on my hair anymore.
No, I mean, it just went dark. Oh, see, this time of year when we get less sunshine, I don't
I
love that.
know.
That's
It
just why we're just gonna have to take more trips. That's it. Just have to take more
yes,
trips. All right. Well, everybody have a great day, great night. Pray for Florida. We'll be back next Tuesday, 6:30. That's our time, Eastern time. If you have questions or comments, please put them down below because we can see that and we can talk about something that you'd like to hear about next week.
absolutely.
Okay. Have a great night. God
Bye, you
bless.
guys.